This is Crimson 60620. Thank you for watching my video. Also, you can catch me on these social medias. And if you want to see some great art, hit my DeviantArt art page up and find more on my page. Thanks. What's up, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook? Yes, it is me, Crimson 60620, and if you haven't seen it, I have a new avatar for tonight. I kind of went with the whole vampire magic thing because, well, quite frankly, the sci-fi wouldn't work, the regular me wouldn't work. I guess the regular me could work, and I don't feel like turning on my camera. So there we go. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. And tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I have my impudent 12-year-old over here, and tomorrow morning we're going to see Star Wars: The Rise of the Jedi. Now, I'm hearing mixed reviews about it, and quite frankly, I'm hearing between, like, I hate to say it like this, but a lot of the dude bros are just like, oh, Star Wars is bad, and they just didn't have it as great as we needed to have it. And it's just like, and then a lot of people who, like, actually, are, human beings and have some sort of life, let's just be honest. People who are happily in relationships or have some type of relationships are saying it's okay. So I guess the dude bro guys that are upset about every fucking thing, like this idiot that we're about to finish going over the video with, well, it looks like they're the type of idiots that have a problem with Star Wars. But, look at me being all PC and SJW. Now, if at any point you guys want to actually stop and take a break from the stream to look at some great merchandise, and I'm saying great merchandise, you can actually check out my art page. And there we go. Pop up. Yay! So, I guess the YouTube chat isn't working like it's supposed to. Ah, there it goes. Yay! Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm going to be trying to go back and forth between going over the video and actually going over the, and actually playing a fucking game. Speaking of playing the game, I'll just make sure my audio is available. Nope, it was not available, and it looks like we're going to have to go through this. And so we're going to go over more of the incredible bullshit that the cornering is actually trying to do. Fuck, where's my glasses? Where the fuck are my glasses? Did I freeze? Oh, there we go. Before this actually gets there, I'm going to actually go get my blue light glasses. Hold on, guys. Oh, yeah. We're doing this live. Solo. Yeah, Chibi. I go with Polaris, so. Somebody so I'm off tomorrow. Yay. My job actually has it where you can fuck. What is the best way to say it? Um my job has it where you can actually you have free fuck my art supplies failed. The Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. And then fucking next week I actually have the day before New Year's Eve and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day off. So that's gonna be awesome. But let's get to the video. Let's go back just a little bit. 10 seconds. Go ahead. So, when we last left off, the Quartering, who is Incel Alpha, he's probably not even an alpha, he's a beta, was talking about how societies are doing incels wrong. And I'm going to stop and say this. Not the ones that really have psychological issues, but the really shitty ones that actually may have some issues with personalities. Like, seriously. I know it's, like, awesome and you guys can actually see, like, my own personal self-interest as my avatar, of course. But, the fuck? This is motherfucker. Is she trying to put me out? Oh, shit. Oh, it's a fucking healer. Oh, shit. River God adding healing. Shit, I missed it. Oh, shit. But let's hear the Quartering talk about this shit.
Men's rights, and to see a lot of people, even people I really enjoy their content, you know, like Joe Rogan, for example, I enjoy his podcast. He paints them all as the same thing, right? All incels are misogynists.
A lot of incels who actually adopt the title as some badge of fucking honor, like Brindio. Brindio is, and we went over this video. Brindio is a fucking misogynist because he wants the world to turn back to a better time and place where men were just men. And yeah, that shit happens. Like, for real. Like, the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, and he's never defending people who just have a hard time with associating with the opposite sex. No, he defends, especially the Quartering defends, well, bitches need to learn their place. And I'm like, come on, Dot. Like, for real? Look at him scared of the motherfucking, the fucking female agenda. But let's continue.
All incels hate women. All incels, that's quite frankly, absolutely not true. It's a small percentage of them, just like in every group, right? There's a small percentage of people that watch my videos that might have these same views.
Wait. Whoa. Okay, if you're going to use that standard to actually judge incels, are we going to use the same standard when it comes to judging, you know, feminists or people who want equality of gender or representation? Like, what kills me about guys like this, and this is a broader point, and it's not necessarily brought up in this video, but it actually goes to the point. A lot of these guys who actually have this disdain for the fact that, oh no, you should actually be, you know, sorry for these guys who have issues, are the same ones when people say that you're being a social justice warrior because, you know, women have it hard too, or representation is important. Dude, you being a social justice warrior, you're just doing it for your side. And you think it's okay because you. Special pleading like a motherfucker. But let's continue.
In the gaming world, there's a small percentage of people that play Magic the Gathering that hate women. But not all Magic players hate women, right? But for some reason, it's become really convenient for people to write some really heinous articles attacking this group. What it is, in my opinion, free game for people who really love to hate on men to continue to do so. It fits the
And see, there it goes. There it goes. He couldn't even finish the same breath without saying, well, they do it. They do it. And so this is just about them hating on men. He couldn't even have the same. He did it in the same fucking breath. And I'm like, what the fuck, guys? What the fuck? But let's continue.
the left's narrative to a T.
And people on the. God! Like, fucking pot meets kettle. Pot motherfucking meets kettle. Like, oh my God, is he really seriously gonna say, well, it's the people on the left without any hint of irony or self-awareness from the shit that he was just accusing other people of? And this is the shit that I'm talking about. And I know and I get it. People don't call this shit out like with every fucking thing that you see, quote unquote, two sides of an argument, which isn't true. It's not always two sides of the same fucking argument. But this is the shit that I don't see. They choose to frame it as just this bullshit. And like, man, I don't accept this framing. This is a reason why a centrist, a motherfucking centrist like Destiny, and yes, he is a centrist. He's not a lefty. He is a fucking centrist. Gets tarred with because people actually don't know how to fight. Lefties don't fight. They try to shame and they try to convince. No, lefties need to fight this bullshit because people like him, like this motherfucker, sit back and just allow for they want to run roughshod to say, oh, you're fucking hurting me. Oh, you're hurting this. Oh, you're hate men. No, motherfucker. People on the left don't fucking hate men. But if you want to actually run into a motherfucker that's going to fight you and not just stand in opposition, but actually fight you, motherfucker, you done ran to the right one. But all this being said, damn, she got some big old jagunkas. I mean, like, I know, like, Smite, you need, man, Smite be on some. Anyway.
And to people who aren't really into identity politics, being an incel can be kind of funny. But if you try to...
Being an incel is never fucking funny. I'm sorry, it's never fucking funny. Where you have a symptom of what society is actually pushing us through, this isolation is all about the code of me and this whole thing of, well, you need to stand on your own. That is fucking causing this whole identity of people not being able to find connections, real connections. No, being an incel is not fucking funny. It's not some joke. It's not some way of just people shitting, giving shit to each other. It's not. What's up, Jill Massandre? Have some fun, man. Stay for a while. Maybe you'll learn something. Anyway, but yeah, it's being an incel is not fucking funny. Nobody's suffering is fucking funny. And I'm sorry if you feel that way, that you need to get your fucking rocks off by laughing at people and making them feel like shit or laughing at somebody's predicament. Shit. Damn, I'm really genuinely sorry that you have to be that way. I wish it was another way for you. But sadly, I think it's more of a grift than anything. But let's continue.
Understand these people. If you dig through the kind of really heinous stuff, the stuff that, you know, we don't know that these people aren't maybe just having a bit of a joke, right? So I spent a little time on the more well-known incel board, which I'm sure will be taken down, and we see their comment.
So here's the thing. This is from the summer. Now, he won't say why the boards were taken down. The fact that they encourage fucking rape or they encourage violence, that's why the shit is taken down. Not somebody having some heartless fucking time. But I'm sure he's going to defend this. But yet and still say because reasons, this is a war on man or some shit like that. But let's continue.
Moderator on this post, right? I'm getting really sick of these news outlets, uninformed journalists, and feminist bloggers calling us terrorists every chance we get. We're not a terrorist group. Hell, we can barely agree on anything, as you can see from this forum. Incels come in all shapes and sizes. Some of us are African American.
It's almost as if when you paint somebody with a broad butt brush, you get people that are pissed off and you actually fucking miss the point. I wonder what group the quartering would actually say. No, the quartering wouldn't actually do that for, anybody, let alone a group of a certain specific gender, right? He wouldn't do that shit, would he?
Some of us are Hispanic. We're not from the alt-right. We have incels from all political backgrounds. We're not just all white guys plotting attacks. Most of us wouldn't even hurt a fly. Just
Oh wow! Watch this. Watch this. I can do that too. Um, we feminists aren't all just men hating, misandry, wanting to erase, males from existence. Some of us are just looking for acceptance. Some of us are just hurt. We come in all shapes and sizes, and we don't all have an agenda of hating men. I can do this shit too. But let's continue.
all white guys plotting attacks. Most of us wouldn't even hurt a fly. The venting you see on this forum, most of our members would never act on these tendencies and probably wouldn't hurt a fly in real life.
Um, Here's the thing, and I'm going to say this. Hate speech is protected, but threats of violence isn't. When you're on a forum and you see somebody saying that they're going to hurt a specific person or group of people, or they advocate hurting this group of people because they're mad, that shit isn't protected. That shit isn't cool. And they deserve to have their forum taken down. Remember, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. You can't. And this is most certainly yelling fire in a crowded theater. This is actually actively causing harm. Now, is it all physical harm? No. But it's definitely psychological. And it's definitely causing an issue where people are believing this shit and saying it's okay and normalizing this shit. Almost like a certain nationalist party. But let's continue.
We're not behind the scenes plotting the next attack, things like that. People just refuse to see what we're really about. It's about men being totally fucked in our increasingly feminist society where every woman is treated like a princess and men are treated like servants.
All right, so we went over this in another video. This performative ass masculinity, because that's all it really is, performative ass masculinity, where you put women on a pedestal and treat them as princesses versus just treat them like fucking people. And you know what happens when you treat women like people? They actually expect, to be treated as people when you don't have to fucking worship them. You know what I do? And this is not me bragging or normie splaining or any of the other good shit. I just find it interesting to find out about the young ladies that I'm interested in, that I want to get to know. And you know what? They reciprocate. It's not about being feminized. It's about truly being passionate. And I'm sorry. Passionate does not mean super angry. And you know what? It's about expressing your emotions. It's okay to have emotions. But a lot of these guys feel that it's emotion weak. Oh, yeah, I'm showing emotion, so I must be seen as weak. And that's simply not the case. And you bottling that shit up makes you seem weak. And I'm sorry. Like, for real. If if a man talks to me in real life, the way these motherfuckers talk about on these incel posts, me and him will have a fucking problem. Because it's bullshit that what they put up with on these posts just because they feel they allow people to take away their self respect. No, that shit ain't happening, dog. That shit ain't happening. Not to me. What is a nah, this no. Those posts need to go. And the sad thing about it is it's not censorship because it is literally a company saying that they don't want to host this shit. But let's continue.
So, I mean, okay, clearly these are people that are making excuses for maybe some bad things that happen to them in their life. Some of the things.
So you know they're making excuses for the shit. Like, for real. The fuck? Why are we having this conversation?
That they say are true. I mean, there's no question, at least in terms of what you would see on mainstream media, that
oh God, like, it's not true. What do they say? What is the world becoming? A place where might makes right is becoming less and less social norm? Like, for real? And that's a problem? And these are the same motherfuckers who quote unquote are weak skulled and all that other good shit. These are the same motherfuckers that talking about they need to actually go to the gym and work out to become better looking motherfucking chads. These are the same motherfuckers that still would be at the bottom of the social hierarchy because of reasons. I don't get it. Like, this is what I don't get about the incels. They sit back and they complain about, well, yeah, well, men were just men. No, motherfucker. Your ass is still not a quote-unquote strong man. You're not. But yet and still, you want to complain. It's, you think that you'll be on the high on the totem pole because you're just a man and it'll just work out for you because reasons. Where that's just not the case, dog. Ah, come on. I didn't get him. But let's continue.
It's totally okay to make fun of men and make jokes at the expense of men. But if that shoe's on the other foot, all of a sudden it's misogyny, it's sexism, it's things like that.
Okay, cool. You can say this. Here's the thing. If these forums weren't in a place where men were distinctly humiliated, you can have that argument. I would grant you that motherfucking argument. But that's not what these forums are. These forums are specifically designed for men to talk shit at each other. And they say it to blow off steam. And yet and still, you're mad because some joke about some idiot husband. You know what? You're right. A lot of fucking comedy revolved around the idiot husband and how he's so lucky to have the wonderful wife. I will give you that shit. The reason why? Because the shit is easy. Al Bundy has been doing that shit since the 1990s. It's not an issue of feminizing men. It's an issue about writers being fucking lazy. I give you that. But let's continue.
You see other articles like insane bullshit. What do the incels, fascist terrorists have in common? Here we have unfuckable women don't go on killing sprees. See, her point is a feminist bullshit, but her point, like the thing is, this proves my point, is that these were exceptions. They just happened to be. What if both people worked at McDonald's? Would the article say, McDonald's, what are you going to do about these cells of terrorists that work for you?
I love these ones of these sites, but somebody thinks it's selection bias. And anyway, unfixable women don't go on killing streaks. They don't. They don't, because they're not told that they deserve to have, you know. Oh shit. They're not told that they deserve to have a relationship like that. So they don't. They're not questioned as women not to have. If they don't have a relationship, then they have other questions in mind, but they're not seen as less as a woman. They have other pressures, like if they're not a mother, they're not a woman, and that's a whole different story. And that shit is out the box too. But you don't see this motherfucking complaining about shit like that, do you? You don't. You don't. You don't see this shit about how women have other societal pressures. But let's continue.
I mean, it's insanity. I mean, again, people are writing these articles based on, yes, I know there are some hilariously offensive tweets or forum posts, but again, we don't know. We don't know if that's just some.
Why isn't he reading the articles? Actually, we don't owe you sex. And yeah, no one owes you sex. No one does. Now, every human being needs a relationship. Every human being needs companionship. Every human being deserves and is owed a social setting. But no one owes you sex. It's just not a thing. Especially if you're being shitty. And that's a lot of problem that these incel guys have. But let's continue.
Somebody shit posting, or maybe one or a small amount of people believe that, but everybody's painting these people as like, here, he's angry that he wasn't getting laid. That's why he drove a van into. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Manasseh said that. He said that he wanted to punish the normies. He said that. That's just a thing. We have record of that shit. We do. We have record of that shit. It's a thing. That information is out there. He said it.
And I mean, the idea that in these same articles, it's just an outright excuse for them to paint all men, to talk about men in a negative light, and it's pretty disgusting. Please tell us some.
No, not all men. It's not all men. It's not all men. It's men who feel that they're entitled to women's body at any cost. That's who gets painted at this shit. Now, I'm going to tell you a motherfucking secret. And as dapper as I look for my avatar, there are times where I've gone without sex. And it's been mostly involuntary gone without sex. Would I say I'm an incel? No. Fuck no. Because it just happens. But let's continue.
New York Times that the incels are terrorists. They're not. You have two people, granted, okay, they also ascribe to this, but there are tens of thousands of people in these.
Let's see what's the date of this video, because, no. It has been a lot more than, this is mother. Okay. So, the Florida school shooting was due to a guy actually being a quote unquote incel. You can let's go it's going back even to Columbine, that they felt they were weird. They felt that they were out of place. That's why It isn't an episode of people not getting sex. It's about people being lonely and people who actively need more social connections that are being drowned out because fucking reasons. Because we actually set up a society where people are actually told that they need to stand by themselves and showing emotions are a weakness because fucking reasons. Let's continue.
Groups, and most of them appear to me at least just to be kind of bummed out in general that they're down on their luck, and that's their fucking right. They're clearly, many of them, just depressed, and some of them might go to a dark place, but for all these media outlets and people, like I said, even that I respect, who just ascribe the absolute worst to the entire group is really fucked up. You're collectivizing everybody for your own means, but you would have a huge problem if we did that with, let's say, people of color or Muslims or things.
Yeah, sure. Or maybe feminists. Like, I'm not gonna pretend to lie. Yes, he does actually do it himself. And that's the first thing that he fucking goes to. Not shit that is innate, that's born with you. And yeah, 10 points if you actually believe that he thinks Muslim is not just a religion, it's a fucking race. 10 points if you actually believe that shit, because I got a fucking bridge in Brooklyn that I think you should probably buy too. But we're gonna not talk about that right now because this motherfucker is just going on a rant. Something you're born with versus a fucking attitude adjustment that you need to fucking have. Yeah, those two things are the same thing, absolutely, for sure, always. But let's continue.
It's like that. So apparently it's okay to do for incels.
What is the word?
Insult. It's involuntary celibate.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
these
so this
people are
is-
killing people because now Bourdain was tweeting that there's like some sort of a Reddit forum with all these folks, and there's like 40,000 members. Yeah, he was a little cutie.
Yeah.
A little murderer. He was a little cutie.
So it's just
Like,
crazy to me
needed
when
better
people
friends.
blame women and are violent misogynists because they are, they think that they're unattractive and they're basically just blame like attractive women for not having sex with them. It's really disturbing. And this guy apparently mowed down a bunch of people in Toronto.
So here we have Joe basically saying, oh yeah, these people are all just, violent murderers. And then his guest.
So, yeah, Joe Rogan, the voice of reason and non-hyperbole in the motherfucking world. Yeah, dog, sure. I believe that Joe Rogan speaks truth and it says nothing with any irony. Again, I have some desert in Florida that I might want to sell to you. But let's continue.
Going on to say that they're all violent misogynists. And that's just simply not true. If you don't want to talk about something, I understand. But if you're going to ascribe a label to a huge group of people, or, well, not that big, but a group of people, maybe you should take a minute.
Why does he keep letting the mask fall? Like, for real. Well, it's not a lot, but it's one or two, but then it's not a lot. But it's not a big group of people, but it's like, dude, like, it's really, he's letting his mask fall a little bit too quickly. And then he had to come back and pull it back. Now, I get it. If, I fucking say, I do slips of the tongues all the time. But this shit is getting a little bit too forced with his ass. But let's continue.
In it to understand what they're all about. Yes, there are bad seeds among them, but most of these guys are just down on their luck.
Killing 10 people, 8 of whom were women. Another massacre by a vehicle. What group could claim responsibility for this horrific act? ISIS? White supremacists? Or something much, much sadder? That's right, the latest ooze to come up bubbling from the depth of the internet are the incels.
Just another unfunny far left comedian on.
How do you know he's far left? Because he's talking about you, and it's always a other side. Like, no, because he goes against something, he must be far left. How like those binary choices going? How they work? How are they working? But let's continue.
On the dying Comedy Central channel, likening the group to basically a terrorist cell.
Did he just pull a Trump? Did he, like the dying Comedy Central channel? Like Comedy Central isn't dying, dog. Not anything any more than just like regular traditional cable, but you know they have like comedy specials and shit like that, and they have an online website that's getting them a lot of fucking views. Comedy Central isn't dying. We're just going to failing New York Times. Like literally, he sounds like Trump, and that's not a good thing. But let's continue.
And then going on to make fun of them incessantly. Again, two people who also happened to be members. Yet,
the sad part about it is he doesn't fact check shit. Elliot Rodger wasn't an incel. He never claimed to be anyway. He wasn't. They just hold him in high esteem because he was the supreme gentleman and he had a right to get sex from anybody he was because he was the ultimate gentleman and all that other good bullshit. But let's continue.
I'm sure this comedian would be all up in arms if just a few things were swapped around. I mean, look at this. Can the radicalization of incels be stopped? This is absolute fucking garbage.
The Beauty Pipeline? No, that's not nothing. Literally, it's people just radicalized and say that, hey, your problem is women, where it should be your problem is with society, and maybe if we have a more equal, I don't know, distribution of wealth, distribution of social political clout, maybe oh shit, almost at there. Maybe things will look better and look up for people who are trying to, form relationships, and maybe, just maybe, your worth isn't determined about how quickly you can actually get a family, and maybe, just maybe, I don't know. Your worth as a human being means more than just how many people you slept with. I don't know. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
Please don't promote a culture of fear, disappointing, and unfollowing. Look at this article. Again, this was one person who happened to be an incel, but you're painting everyone in with that same brush. Replace incels with Muslims. See if you would print that. Go ahead and try it.
Here's the thing. Again, like, this is like what I don't get it. Maybe I'm just maybe I just lost the part of my brain that had certain shit. But a lot of the times when people like this actually says Muslims, they mean people of Middle Eastern descent. Like, Muslim is a religion. You can be white and be a Muslim. It's just a fucking belief. You can be Native American and be a Muslim. You can be African American and be a Muslim. No, you're not meaning it like that. You're meaning that this is shorthand for people that may have had lineage from the Middle East. And that, my friend, is called racism. Where just because of the way somebody looks, you think that they have a fucking problem. Damn, did I just think about something? Like, oh my God. Incels, that's the reason why they hate themselves. Because they have lookism. I know that's probably not even a word, but they just feel that it's because the reason why they look, they don't get sex versus being a judge of somebody's character. It's almost as if they want to fuck on easy mode. But let's continue.
Or blacks.
Like, for real, like, God damn, he's an idiot. Like, God damn it, he's a racist because he wants to equate somebody's propensity of being just so fucked up to actually something that they physically can't change. Not today, Satan, not today. But let's continue.
It would never fly. And I totally understand that there are weirdos out there that are part of the movement. But I looked at a couple of videos.
Like, and again, he still can't bring himself to say that, maybe these guys are fucked up in the head. But let's continue.
There's actually a sub-movement called True Forced Loneliness. This one's primarily black men, from what I can tell. They don't seem insane to me. They seem bummed out. They're not. Unfortunately, now these people are going to be labeled. They already have things hard enough. Okay. Yes, they should learn to play the guitar. Yeah, that's a real funny joke to help them.
Oh God. So I'm actually tired of this learn to play the guitar bullshit. It's never about learning to do a motherfucking skill. It's about being confident enough to actually strive for self-improvement. You fucking idiot. That's what it's about. It's about striving for self-improvement. And you know what? If you're working on something and improve yourself, maybe, just maybe, on just a basic skill or a semi-intensive skill, maybe you can actually work on that startling personality of yours. But let's continue.
Get laid. But that's oversimplifying it for the sake of comedy, and you're just demeaning them. I mean, they have real problems they need to deal with, but learning guitar isn't going to help get them laid.
Whoa, yeah, wow. It's almost if we have that same motherfucking idea of maybe it's their fucking attitude about things. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe if they work on their attitude, shit would be a lot better for them. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's continue.
When it comes to women, I finally realized at 27 years old, it's not about no confidence. It's not about no game neither. Most women are going by looks.
That's bullshit. Like, granted, I was married from the time that I was 21 up until like a few years ago, but it's definitely about confidence. And it's not, when they say confidence, it's not about being a dick. Yes, some people that are dickish do get a lot of women, but it's not about being a dick. It's about being confident in yourself as a person. That's what it's really about. That's what confidence means. It doesn't mean just being a big swinging dick, because if we want to be honest, more incels will be laid because a lot of them are dicks. But anyway, let's continue.
And I never had the idea that I.
Oh, this is the I sell my soul for a relationship guy. Oh, I remember her from that video that I did like a couple of weeks ago. This is that guy. Well, let's continue.
I was the baddest looking dude, but I never felt that I was ugly. I never felt that I was a bad looking dude. But I finally realized that women do form opinions about you as a man based on how you look.
Okay, so...
And you form opinions on women based on how they look. Like, seriously. Like, quite literally, I don't hear any incel talking about, well, I met this girl, she had a great personality, and... No, most of the incels talking about looks matching, hypergamy, and all this other good bullshit. Let's continue.
Is he placing maybe a little bit too much on looks? Sure. Does he seem like a crazy person to you? Does he seem like a woman hater to you? Does he seem like he's in a cult, or that he's in some secret cell? An incel? No, I'm leaving it in. No, he's just a regular dude who's feeling frustrated and uses the internet to vent.
But that's not what the incel communities are being banned about. they're not being banned about because they're venting about how frustrated they are. They're being banned because they are talking about freaking performing violence on at least half the population in the motherfucking country, if not the world, and telling them to live under their fucking heel. That's what they're being banned over. God damn. It's almost as if. Wow. Wow. Let's continue.
Then we all do.
I've seen a lot of people making YouTube videos on living TFL, but one thing I've noticed is that most of these YouTubers are actually black. I think it is mostly common amongst black men.
That's because this is what a community has sparsed themselves out to. I'm so serious about this shit. It's just like, okay. But let's continue. Like, seriously, there is a community where basically you have, for all intents and purposes, the black incels. And yeah, that's kind of shitty that, where you just have a community feel like they can't fit in with, oh, come on, guys. Come on, we can do this shit. Shit. Come on. Y'all can fucking push this shit. Anyway. But yeah, no. It is a community where there are lonely black men. And I'm actually part of a Facebook group where it's just like people feel that they can vent. And it's not in a sense where I'm not in the group in the sense of needing to fucking vent. I have a fucking YouTube channel for that. And I kind of have, people that I trust to show my weakness to. Like, seriously, like, a lot of these guys that are in this group, they feel like it is shame in being weak. It's not. And I actually have a funny story. So, I don't know if anybody has actually heard of this show or this movie called, or really it's a string of books called The Wizard of Earthsea. And one of the things no, fuck no. Where are my people? But they have this thing where part of the lore is you don't tell your real name. That's part of the lore of the book, The World. But there is this one badass motherfucking dragon. And I was telling my friend this. It was badass. It was one badass dragon. Everything. Demons, people. You don't fucking tell your real fucking name in this world. But this one badass dragon, he's strong, but maybe not the strongest. He's old. He's wise. But you know one thing? He never fucking cared about people knowing his true name. You know why? Because even though it was his biggest weakness, that was his biggest fucking strength. Because you know what he did? When people found out his true name and he didn't give a fuck about it, it lost all power over him. The weakness. It lost power. And that's the thing. A lot of these guys feel like showing weakness, showing emotions, is actually going to give somebody some special power over them. When in reality, the only thing it does is give people more power over them because they're so protected in being weak they're so using so much strength in trying to be strong that it's causing their own weakness. And that's what's happening. That's happening a lot with these incel guys. They so scared of being weak that they end up missing a part of their defense. But let's continue.
Than men from other races. The reason why I say this because we often are stigmatized. We have a negative stigma attached to us as black men. We're a lot of women. It's taught that if they date a black man, they're taking a step down. They're lowering taking a step down and lowering their standards, or that that we're all uneducated, or very poor. We don't have resources. That's what people think we do.
Tell you the truth, Di. I'm gonna tell you the truth about this, and this is shitty that the coroner is actually putting this in this video, and I'm responding to it. Here's the thing. It's not just black men that are having a problem with the resources. It's also Hispanic. It's also white guys that's having a problem with resources. It's not just one group of people that's having a problem with being able to make it. It's almost as if we need to have a new social order that would actually help promote us all. But let's continue.
We all don't have resources.
Again, this guy is talking about living true forced loneliness, which is a form of incel, and he's not feeling like he identifies, from what I understand. I watched a couple of his videos with black women, and he raised a fair point. You can agree or disagree with this point, but that it is a barrier with some women where they might have a negative stigma about dating a black guy. It's less and less these days, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
And that's not what this guy was actually talking about. Literally, there is a issue going on with a lot of the people in the African American community where, especially a lot of these incel guys, and yeah, they still are incel guys, where they take this whole concept of hypergamy to be the absolute bullshit ass conclusion, where you see a lot of these guys actually where they actually, it's just like, no, I don't know what the best way to say it, but they feel that they're not good. They're too good for black women, and that's a shame, because then they go to say, well, because I'm too good for this group of people, then this group of people don't want to date me. Then it must be a fucking problem, and it's just like, yeah, it's not a good look. But let's continue.
And he seems, again, pretty calm. He doesn't seem angry to me. He just seems like...
That's some racist shit to say. He doesn't seem angry. What the fuck? Like, I understand the context of why he said it, but god damn, like, whistle blown, like, fuck. Let's continue.
He's kind of a shy dude, and he might be letting a little bit of his own negativity become a self-fulfilling prophecy for him in terms of his success with the opposite sex. But again, doesn't seem like a crazy woman hater to me.
So I very much consider myself in the incel camp, where it's more than just the sex part. It's just, I would say, it's just general lack of interest that women have in you. So, there's that thing that happened in Canada with Alex Manassian. I haven't really paid much attention to it. I haven't read all the details. I just sort of saw, another truck thing. Another truck thing. somewhere. Is it the Truck of Peace?
This guy's pretty woke. Come on, ladies.
And just in general, the idea of lonely men, that's something to be mocked.
And see, this is kind of the part of it that really bothered me the most. Like, okay, there's a couple of memes out there, or some, totally people off the reservation. But in general, it's this narrative that, these guys are just something to point and laugh at. And maybe...
No, they're not something to point and laugh at. And I actually recently did a video talking about how they're not something to point and laugh at. But let's continue.
Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's for you. I don't see it that way. I think these are fellows that have had a rough go, something, and some of them clearly suffer from depression or other related issues. And in a lot of cases, they've just given up. Is it correct to blame women? No. And in a lot of the videos I watched, even in this guy's video, he just talked about how he was going to work out, trying to, better himself, be healthy. And that's a good thing. But, at the end of the day, you've got to kind of be happy with yourself before anyone's ever really going to want to allow you to, stick your pee in their V, so to speak.
How about, have a fucking friend? Or, how about have associates that just want to fucking get to know you? How about, hear me out, this may sound strange, not seeing every potential friendship, companionship with the opposite sex as a way of sticking your pee in somebody's V. I don't know. Now, I understand it's a pot calling the kettle black, but to be fair, if a woman shows she's not interested, I do actually... I don't know what's the best way to say it. I care about their well-being, that even if they're not fucking me, I still worry about them. I don't know. But let's continue.
And it's kind of revolting that everybody's just pointing and laughing at this large group of people. They think it's just okay because they're, in my opinion, men, and that's just okay. If it was any other group of people, it would simply be, whoa, wait a minute here. Hashtag not all.
But again, everybody who makes that critique literally says not all. And since your argument, you're in favor of saying an argument on his head, like, what if it was an instance where women were misrepresented in video games as just some damsel to be rescued? Oh, shit.
High school and college is basically the last time that you will have access to a pool of women who, because you see, it's not even just social circle, because there's no point to a social circle if everybody is like married or with somebody, etc. You know what I mean?
Wait. High school and college is the last time where women have to be around you. Like, literally, that, like, besides for professional things, but that's when they have to be around you. All the rest is a fucking choice. Am I missing something? You almost as if you're saying that I can't get women on my own, so they should be forced to be around me. And then you wonder why people say you're misogynistic, because it is quite literally saying that, yeah, I can't do it on my own. I have to be in a confined space with women because of reasons. But let's continue.
People have to actually be single for it to matter too, right? But that is the last time you will have access to sort of a pool of women who are around your age, and many who are available too, right?
Bullshit. I'm living proof that that's bullshit. I smell bullshit.
Weird background music aside, he's basically not wrong. I mean, yes, the modern era of internet dating has expanded the pool for a lot of people. My sister met her husband online, and they're very happy. And the point of this video isn't that incels are correct. It's that for us to enjoy this hilarious double standard that's going on and has been going on for 2 weeks now, demonizing this group of people, in my opinion, because they're men. It's pretty fucked up, I think. And
I've been demonized because they fucking... Sorry, guys. I had to eat a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry. But... And they're not being demonized because they're men. They're being demonized because they expect women to just drop them draws for them. And I personally think that it's always more sexy when I don't have to lie, convince, pester, or even coerce a woman to drop them draws for me. As a matter of fact, you know the best way to get a woman to drop them draws for you? Not through trickery, but through comfort and security. Women will enjoy the shit out of you if you make them feel fucking safe. Even if not all your jokes hit at the best time, or not all your, one-liners are just awesome, you know what'll happen? Women will love the shit out of you if you make them feel safe. You make them feel that you don't have to worry. God damn, like, it's almost as if when you treat them as people and not some fucking object, they like that shit. I literally, man, tell you what, if you can't sit with a woman that's topless without, okay, I still always look at titties, but without making them feel like they need to service you, but they can just be free, or if you can sit with a woman who actively just sit next to her, hold her and shit like that, without making a move to try to fucking, touch her in any appropriate ways, she would actually want you to touch her in inappropriate ways. Like, seriously. Like, and a lot of it is just seeing women as fucking people and seeing women as things that actually, have their own will and, sense of urgency and sense of, just fucking being a person. God damn. You would not understand how far that fucking gets you. Because you know what happens? This is a secret. You find out which woman you like and which women like you. And when you do that, they actually, oh my God, you actually can have choice. And not just be stuck with this whole thing of believing that this one woman is your key to like freedom and manhood and all that other good bullshit. And you know what that does? It takes the pressure off of this one woman. And, maybe you can find a one woman that fits what you actually want and need out of a mate, companion, or just motherfucking friend. But I'm rambling. Let's continue.
yes, look, I think some of them go way too far down whatever, taking the black pill, and some of them really, you can tell, have some deep-rooted issues with women. I mean, that's probably why they're not meeting women, because if you try to take someone on a date and they sense that you hate them, it's probably not good for your chances. Again, it's a...
Oh, wow. It's almost as if you actively hate women and you want to use them as a status symbol, women pick up on that shit. They do? What? Shit. Mind you, this is coming from the person that I do want mostly one thing for women. And this is actually this is me just like being honest. You know what I like to hear from women? Stories. Their opinion. That shit drives me to actually hear a woman's point of fucking view to actually learn and just devour their whole, I don't know what's the best way to say it, devour how they are as a person, that makes it more delicious when I devour something else. Like, oh my god, like, yes, they are there to pleasure me in a sense of actually understanding them and knowing them and actually getting a piece of who they are from just understanding their mindset. And it's only half sexual because I'm a sapiosexual, and yeah, it turns me on to actually be like that. But still, I want to know their unique stories. And you know what? You know what that gets me? It actually gets me to a little part of them and understanding them. And that's what a lot of these incels don't want to do. They want to change themselves. They don't want to understand other people. They just want to care about their fucking needs. Now, this video is almost over. And I'm getting my ass kicked in Smite, so let's this finish.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. You're using that as a shield. It's everybody else's fault. Okay, but again, the point of this video is not to say that one is right or one is wrong. The point is the vast majority of people who would maybe.
Hey, how's the chicken? All right. Don't leave no trash in that room, please. Your TV working?
No.
I thought. Did you get the HDMI cord? Sorry, guys. I'm talking to my kid. Huh?
I can't use it. I forgot my controller.
What type of TV is in there?
I don't know.
What type of TV is it?
I don't know.
How do you find out?
Looking at it.
Oh, it's almost as if you have the answer. Sorry, guys. I was talking with the kid. About as smart ass as I am.
Insignia.
Huh?
Insignia.
Shit. Can you press the button to get it turned on and get
I
it to...
turned it on, but the HDMI isn't moving. And I can't, I don't have my controller. So,
That's not an Insignia TV.
yeah, it says Insignia.
Huh?
It says Insignia.
I know that, but it's not... I didn't get the remote. I'll be in there in a second. As soon as I finish with this match.
I
All
don't have my controller, so it doesn't matter.
right. See, you done made it difficult. See? Somebody who likes technology as much as I do made the same mistake that I would make. You're supposed to be smarter than me.
And my friend is kind of trying to sleep.
Huh?
My friend is trying to go to sleep, so we said we probably play tomorrow.
You're supposed to be smarter than me. Because, you know, you're a woman, so you're supposed to be smarter than me.
I didn't say that.
It's a video I'm playing. All right, little girl. Bye.
Self-identify as an incel.
I'm sorry, guys. Like, 12-year-old. Sad part about it is, unfortunately, I've taught her my ways of sarcasm. And she's actually been on my channel before. My YouTube channel, we did the review of the Black Panther. But yeah, no, like, yeah. You know how you go somewhere and forget your fucking controller? Yeah, that's fucked up. I have been pissed about that shit. But let's continue.
Seem perfectly normal. Outside of having their own, they might be battling with depression or whatever, but they're clearly not cold calculating killers who all hate women. That's not what it is. In fact,
Most killers aren't cold and calculating. That's a fucking myth. That's a Hollywood myth. A lot of people that kill other people are high strung and inside of emotional outbursts. But let's continue.
I watched probably 100 videos tonight, and in maybe 5 or 6 of them, the guys were just a little over too far gone. But the overwhelming majority of them were kind of sheepish men who had low self-esteem or a low opinion of themselves, and maybe are using other people, Chad and Stacy, as scapegoats. But what you see covered in the mainstream media is all these hilarious.
Well, it's almost as if when we say that bullshit, to say that these guys are using that as a proxy for just normal people, and that's a fucking problem. You had a fucking issue with it. But let's continue.
You know, we need reappropriation of vagina. We need government-funded brothels, which, by the way, I might consider. I might support. I don't know, but and I think those are, of course, the most extreme. That's typical.
You ever get a sense that he may actually be an incel himself? And I don't know. I know he had a video where he was talking about he had a girlfriend or something like that, but he has that incel mentality that women exist to service him. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But let's continue.
Of the mainstream media to use the absolute extreme to try and prove their point, right? I do the same thing when I laugh at crazy blue-haired feminists, which I try.
Oh, he just admitted that he does the same thing. Oh, wow. Dog. Like, mask is off for real on this one, isn't it? So you admit that you just be on bullshit when you talking about crazy blue-haired feminists. Wow. Wow, that's a thing. That's a really motherfucking thing. But let's continue.
I to do less now because it's just too easy, right? You take the 5 crazy people in a group and you say, oh, that's all of them. But I don't know. I'm sensitive to this, being from kind of the nerddom, and you know, I have friends that are still, they would never call themselves incels, right? But they're still good people overall, and it's pretty shitty to see everyone demonizing them and having basically a free pass to do so because of, in my opinion, that they're male and nothing more. Hope you enjoyed this one. Didn't think I'd be doing like a...
Wow. I want to do another video. I don't have to be at work tomorrow. I can stay here pretty much as late as I fucking want. It's sad when you're an adult. You still have to actually go to bed on a specific time because going to work tired as fuck is bad. But let's let him finish his shit out.
20-minute defense of incels, but I thought it was a really interesting topic. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you again real soon.
All right, so let's see if we have some other videos. Let's look at some other shit. Cause like literally what I do when I'm doing videos, like especially if it's a video that I haven't fucking finished, I would literally keep it on. I got 2 monitors, so I would literally keep it on the second monitor while I go through my other videos. Like, yeah, I know, like, shit. Anyway, let's go to watch later. Let's see what we have here. What am I gonna go over? And I actually may change the game soon. Get the fuck down. Go back. Go back down. Go back to the grave, Phoenix. Oh, is he gone? Oh, shit. Come on. Yes. Get their ass. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Take this shit off. I was watching this earlier. I'm gonna actually get into a couple other shit. Let's get to this. Oh, speaking of idiots and vans, let's talk about this shit.
On April 24th, Alec Manassian drove a truck into groups of people in Toronto, Canada, in a violent rampage, at the end of which he begged for the cops to shoot him. But in the process, he killed 10 innocent people. Without question, this is a reprehensible tragedy that resulted in pointless, repugnant loss of life. Yet sadly, such attacks are not so unusual nowadays, now are they? We've seen vehicular attacks in Nice and London and across the world, particularly in the West. And while they are all similarly vile, at least in my opinion, the ideology shared by the perpetrators of those crimes in Nice and London either fell silent in the legacy media or were outright lied about and covered up. They had a similar faith.
Alright, so yeah. This is probably one of those videos where it is, I don't know. Okay. Is isolation deadly, and incels and psychology of isolation? Like, she seems like the avatar is kind of looks to fit that whole how do I put it? The stereotypical mad at men type bullshit. But we're gonna let this go, and I think. Oh shit! That's why it sounds bad, because I have it. Oh my god! I forgot. I had to actually turn up the quartering because he talks so fucking slow. That's why it sounds so fast. All right, cool. All right, we're doing this. We're about to do this thing. Let's continue.
A similar ideology, an Islamic faith. In contrast, what have we seen in the legacy media, in the mainstream news, in response to the villain responsible for the Toronto truck attack? Dozens, potentially hundreds, I'm not going to go through all of these, of articles discussing nothing other than his professed ideology, or an ideology that they ascribe to him. Why? Because Benassian was a member of an online group of individuals known as incels, or involuntary celibates. The hypocrisy of the media coverage of this particular tragedy in comparison to the multitude of terrorist actions from people of another shared ideology is not lost upon me, nor should it be upon you, my dear friends. Many of these outlets brazenly call the actions of Manassian terrorism, and incels a terrorist organization such as this, while at the same time these exact selfsame outlets have denied claims of terrorism when the perpetrator shouts Aloha snack bar before running people over and
Yeah, this video is kind of cringy. Now, do I believe that incels and a lot of the guys who actually believe in radical Islam actually share some ideology of, subservience to man and all that other good shit? Actually, yeah. That shit goes without question, because it's a response to a fear or loss of dominance in a specific order or a specific way. But yeah, this is sounding pretty cringy. But let's continue.
And murdering them. Obviously, all of these actions are reprehensible and disgusting. But it's interesting to me that the media only appears to find these actions ideologically driven when they originate from anyone other than a Muslim individual, who self-professes their own ideological motivation. Other outlets are now also calling for the removal of online incel communities and support groups as a result of this action, of this terrible tragedy, which has been at least effective apparently on Reddit, because, wow, we did it, plebit, with the r incel subreddit being removed. And now further, with the totally unrelated r MGTOW community being sort of attacked, or at least catching the stink eye as far as I can tell. As a side note, MGTOW, men going their own way, is in no way related to incel, to involuntary celibates, given that many MGTOW are divorcees who know from personal experience the absolute broken and backwards nature of marriage and custody in the United States system currently. In contrast, it also contains self-proclaimed pickup artists who gregariously proclaim their conquests of multitudes of women. Thereby, these men, at large by definition, are not involuntary celibates. And the conflict...
Alright, so... see, I'm about to defend some shit, and I'm also have to attack some shit. So, a lot of this communities of the red pill, a lot of the MGTOWs... Fuck. I don't know. I'm wondering. I just can't because like I still don't try to swear off, companionship. I don't know. Like no, I can't because I can't be seen as a man going his own way because my own way is still, not swearing off companionship from, different from fucking women. I'm gonna say it like that. But a lot of these things that these guys complain about, oh God, the ideology is still the same. Women know their place, and I have a set place, a natural order in the world, and because you're not following it, you deserve derision. But let's continue.
Relation of the two groups is, well, let's just say disingenuous at best. While there may be, this is true, some overlap within the communities and across the communities, they are not identical. And as such, while the removal of any group is censorious, the castigation and the attacks upon both begins to paint the picture of a witch hunt that the left, and more specifically, leftist media, is engaging in. A witch hunt that, despite years upon years of violence, would spark absolutely incontrovertible international outrage were Reddit to delete, for example, in contrast, an extremist Muslim subreddit in comparison.
But they would, and yeah, I just got my whole confirmation that she isn't on the fucking left. Wow. Like, no wonder why it's so cringy. But let's continue.
Now, to be clear, in case I'm not, I'm consistent in my belief that yes, ideologies do often encourage people to commit atrocities. Of course they do. But craziness is often also the case and the reason for which people commit said atrocities. And I think you kind of have to be a little bit nuts, for some reason or another, to engage in such despicable, self-destructive behavior. And not just self-destructive, but other destructive. You gotta be kind of fucked in the head to begin with. So, in short, yes, I think that ideologies can be responsible for violence, but I think that we need to look at this with an Occam's razor kind of perspective.
Occam's razor, you've ever heard of it?
Occam's razor sounds like some slasher movie.
No, Occam's razor. It's a basic scientific principle. And it says, all things being equal, the simplest explanation tends to be the right one.
In that, well,
Totally bastardization in this for a movie of what Occam's razor actually is. It's, with all things being equal, the option that takes the least amount of assumptions is generally the right one. Yeah, that's what Occam's razor really is. Not the simplest answer. It's the one that takes the least amount of assumptions. But let's continue.
Ideologies certainly do affect and can influence people towards violence. Craziness also does. And we need to look at them in tandem and not as completely separate and disparate concepts. But in terms of the mainstream media, yeah, it looks like this is some mad hypocrisy going on. It seems as though for the media at current, ideologies are not created equal as far as they're concerned. Because it seems that this ideology, incel, if you can even call it an ideology, and that's something that I find a bit contentious in the first place, is a terrible...
It actually is a ideology because the thing about it is it's really saying that women should know their fucking place. And that's beneath a man. Non-consensually. Ugh, shit. I don't know. I couldn't fathom somebody not wanting to fuck me and me forcing them to fuck me. I don't know. This is me. Like, shit. I enjoy enthusiastic consent. But that's just me. Anyway, changing games. Let's see. I work on my Conan base right now. All right. Yes. But let's continue. Oh God, I'm not gonna do this whole video. I'm sorry. I'm just done.
But they're very quick
I'm
to
done with
deny.
This video. I'm done. I'm done. Can't be doing this shit. Like, I really, no. Let's see. Shit, man. It's 10 o'clock. I'm about to. Yeah, guys. Shit. I can't sit back and just listen to this shit in response to it. So yeah, this video is going off my list. But I think we had a good day today. I think we had a good stream today. It's rolling up on 10 o'clock, and I want to thank everybody who's watched. And I'm going to actually play some Conan Exiles. I want to thank everybody who's enjoyed. Announcement. Christmas Day stream. Since it is actually a fun fucking game, and it's in the news again, I'm going to be doing a Senua's Sacrifice run-through. Now, good news is I'm just going to fucking play the game. I actually already platinumed this shit. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a whole day of Senua's Sacrifice. So, guys, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, like, subscribe, and share this video. And peace out.